terminal, Lower Manhattan, where March for NYPD Accountability is set to take place. People are currently gathering. It is regarding police accountability, and as you can see, there's already a massive presence, as well as a massive presence of bike cops over in front of the park. And those officers in front of the park are actually not in the black hair, but in the old black and green.
Black lives matter. 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 Hidey, 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 ho. Hidey, 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 ho. These racist cops have got to go. Racist cops have got to go. If we don't get no justice now. If we don't get no justice now. We're gonna shut it all down. We're gonna shut it all down. Hidey, 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 ho. Hidey, 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 ho. These racist cops have got to go. Racist cops have got to go. If we don't get no justice now. We don't get no justice now. We're gonna shut it all down. We're gonna shut it all down. What do we want?
Okay, now keep in mind that in back of this group is probably about 60 police, and from what I could see in front of the park, probably about another 30 plus police officers on bikes. Yeah, recognize guys. These guys were out here when Reverend Billy was doing his action, actually. The guy in the blue shirt.
No KKK, no fascist USA. No KKK, no fascist USA. No KKK, no fascist USA. No KKK, no
No cops, no KKK. I said no cops, right here. No KKK. No cops, no KKK. No cops, no KKK, no fascist USA.
This is also where regarding the police union headquarters are also in this place. But considering it's a small group, for the guy in the blue suit is always pissed off, but he's also with the union, so he's always going to have an issue. But it's a small group, so I mean, this is one of the reasons why I'm like, you're dealing with a small group, why are they so ballistic? But but he doesn't like any attention drawn on this location at all. Okay, the reality, I count maybe about 20, if that are actually part of the march. And this is the high number that are out here for 20. Oh, I actually was missing. So this is the turnout for about 20. Okay, I got to correct myself. There's not even 20 people that are part of the protest. So, okay, maybe 20. So, go figure. 20. So about 4. And not to mention those can't see. And then, of course, the union guy over there.
Can y'all still hear me? Oh, so we good. Thanks for joining us at the PBA building. Fucking hate this union. Fucking hate all police unions. And today we're also holding all the city council members that take money from police, because you're never benefiting your district. You're benefiting yourselves. That's what we call corrupt and pathetic. So today we have 2 city council candidates here. We have Alex Reyes running for District 26. And we have Angela Fernandez running for District 10. I'm gonna have Angela come up and say a few words.
Thank you very much. Thank you for organizing this. My name is Angela Fernandez, and I'm running for City Council in District 10, which is Washington Heights, Inwood, and Marble Hill. Washington Heights is one of the most policed areas of New York City. And when we talk about the PBA, we also need to talk about the SBA, the Sergeant Benevolent Association. Why? Because the head of the Sergeant Benevolent Association has called the former Commissioner of Health, Barbeau, the B word. Do we want that? How about when the SBA head calls a Congressman-elect, Richie Torres, the WH word? Do we want that? Do we want our SBA and our PBA to be okay with chokeholds? Do we want them to be okay with people being thrown down on the ground when they're in a peaceful protest? Do we want them to be okay with tasing people at a traffic stop? This is why I will never take money from the SBA or the PBA, because there's nothing benevolent about what they've done. Thank you.
Period. She said what she had to say. Okay, so now we have Alex Reyes.
Yo. Yeah, I don't know if you can notice, but I'm smiling under my mask. And sometimes people ask me, why you smile so much? I smile because we got work to do. I smile because I'm happy to do the work. I'm sad when we don't have work to do. And I can't frown until we're done. But when will we be done? This past weekend, I felt a little bit of relief, right? I felt a little bit of release. Kind of felt like I had somebody's knee off of my back for once, right? But then, in the midst of relief and release, I had to remind myself of the work. Because the systems that we felt pressure from over the past 4 years and several before that, those systems weren't created in a short amount of time. Those systems are the reason why I smile, because they give us the work. And so I'm reminded of how much work we have to do, and I see so many young faces. I'm a Queens kid. Right? I've been here my whole life. During the pandemic, I had no place to go because I'm from here. And I see so many young faces energized by the work that needs to be done. And so as we remember the work and we feel relief and release, let's utilize the young voices to put forward the reimagined vision of our city, of our state, and of our country. Holding systems accountable is the work. I'm running for city council because one of the biggest responsibilities of city council is holding the city agencies accountable to policy and through the budget. Understanding the system matters, and understanding the mechanisms matter. And when we, as candidates, are evaluated by the public, we should be measured by our willingness to decode what we know and use the work to reimagine. My name is Alex Reyes. I'm running for City Council in District 26. That includes Woodside, Sunnyside, Long Island City, Queensbridge, Ravenswood, and Woodside houses. The people who live in those houses are some of the most policed people in our community. And so we have to understand how much of the work is left to do. So remember, feel relief, feel release, but remember that we are here to do the work to reimagine. Thank you.
Wow, what Alex said just kind of hit home, because I grew up in Woodside houses I was raised there for at least 7 years. And he's not lying. There's heavy police presence for no reason, because those are probably one of the most peaceful projects. And I also want to remove the stigma that the projects are dangerous. No, they're not. No, they're not. The projects are suffering because New York City doesn't care about them. The Black people who populate the projects most are suffering. If many of you don't know, you should educate yourselves on Red Hook, because they're also suffering in NYCHA. And NYCHA, we're coming for you next. I feel like now is the best time to show people that your votes matter, that voting does work. We voted the most fascist NYPD endorsed president out of his fucking seat. You should feel on top of the world. And now you not only should you feel on top of the world for that, now you have the power, you know the power you have to protect your communities and to protect all the other communities. Because I feel like voting is not only for you, but when you're voting, you have to think about everyone that you walk past on your streets. Because yes, you may be fine with a white, corrupt politician, because they're never gonna come after you because you're white. But don't forget about your Black neighbors. Don't forget about your Latino neighbors. Don't forget about your Asian neighbors. We have to stop being selfless if we want change. And I think we're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna keep coming out here until the PBA is not allowed to give city council members money to have a hold over them, until merchants stop selling NYPD gear. Why the fuck do these tourist stores sell NYPD merch? they're not heroes. And I also want to highlight qualified immunity. We started that petition back in July, August, I believe. And, you know, qualified immunity really just gives all of these police officers, all of these politicians to really just not have any constitutional bounds. So we need that out the door. And Joe Biden, we're looking at you. De Blasio, we're looking at you because I can't remember when you became such a bitch. That's all I have to say. If anybody would like to speak, you can come up and speak. I think we just gonna occupy this for a second so we could chant. No cops, no KKK, no fascist USA. No cops, no KKK. No cops, no KKK, no fascist USA. No cops, no KKK. I said no cops, no KKK, no fascist USA. No cops, no KKK, no fascist USA. No cops, no KKK, no fascist USA. No cops, no KKK. I said no cops, no KKK, no fascist USA. No cops, no KKK. Music to my ears. No cops, no KKK, no fascist USA. No cops,
No KKK, no fascist USA.
no cops, no KKK. I said no cops, no KKK.
Fascist USA.
No cops, no KKK.
Fascist USA.
They look so pathetic right now.
Why are they in the road?
There's no rioting here. Why you think you're rioting here?
I actually feel a lot more happy seeing the sad looks on their faces.
You know, she
They're
does have a
so
point.
green. That gives
It's.
me serotonin.
I did a count. I counted 74, and that's just the ones I can see, and 20 at max of the people sitting around here. There's really no reason for all of those bike cops to be out there in the road right now.
What up, New York City? Let's make some noise.
It's just.
I want to thank all y'all for coming out today. Y'all have come out to show y'all support, and we really appreciate y'all. Thank you. I want to give a big shout out to this man right here, and all of y'all, but especially you, for protecting this young lady right here when the man stepped up to her. He said, you're not going to put your hands on her. I appreciate you for that. Black men do protect our black women, and vice versa. So let's talk about that. Also, now that Biden is in office, like the young lady just said, we have to hold him accountable as well. We have to maintain and keep that same energy for Biden, okay? Trump was an overt white supremacist. He crystallized the hatred of America. So now that we have Biden in office, there's no days off. There's no days off. We have to maintain this energy, hold Biden accountable, hold Kamala accountable, hold the police accountable. If I'm not mistaken, Breonna Taylor still has not gotten justice to this day. I see somebody with a sign, a good friend of mine. It says, who do you protect? If you look on the cop cars, it says to protect and serve, right? But who do you protect and serve when you just killed and murdered Breonna Taylor with impunity, no consequences for your actions? Who do you protect and serve when you have your knee on George Floyd's neck for damn near 9 minutes and no justice was served for him? Who do you protect and serve? Now, you say your job is to protect and serve, but if you ask me, all I see is a lot of punishment and enslavement. You don't protect and serve, you punish and enslave. Mass incarceration, authored by Joe Biden himself, the 1994 crime bill, has has put so many black people in jail for non-violent petty crimes. The 3 strikes rule by Bill Clinton, non-petty violent crimes. I call her Kamala Harris because she was the biggest cop in Cali. She incarcerated black people for their kids for cutting class. Now, I'm not condoning that. At the same time, how do you put black women and black parents in jail for their kids cutting class? In my eyes, that's dead wrong. But these are who we have in the presidential, in the office right now. So like we said, we are here to hold them accountable. Let's keep that same energy. Just because Biden and Kamala Harris are liberal, covert white supremacists, we still have to maintain the same energy and hold them accountable as well. Okay? My name is Prime, and I appreciate y'all for coming out here. I really do. I know this is not easy. It's a beautiful day today. It's a beautiful day for a protest. It's a beautiful day for a revolution. So let's maintain this energy, even with this new president in office. These protests should be leading to policies and legislation. From demonstration to legislation. From this protest right here to policies. You hear?
Yep.
Talk black to me, y'all. I need y'all energy. Come on. All right, thank you, thank you. Again, my name is Prom. I appreciate y'all time, and thank you for listening. Thank you.
On my way to the ferry where we all met up at, I saw something on Instagram of a 15-year-old boy in Louisiana who he's dead, he died, rest in peace to him. And his name is Quan Charles. Sorry, I don't want to start crying. His name is His name is Quan Charles. He's 15 years old. The pictures of his death, they're still awaiting an autopsy, which the police are being very vague about to his family. Are kind of a replica of Emmett Till. I have 4 brothers, 4 black brothers, not with light skin, not with fair skin, 4 black brothers. One of them's even darker than me. And I have to say, I fear for them every day. Every day. We have to protect our youth. And if that's not why you're fighting, you need to rethink yourselves. I would just like to have a moment of silence for Quan Charles.
Just love it. just like the ultimate looters. Really? What the fuck? That is in the back.
He was reported missing on October 30th, and he was found November 2nd. And the cops didn't release his name because he was a minor. That's not right. We know why the cops didn't really care, because he was a black kid. And that's another thing. Black children are going missing. Black women are going missing. Black men are going missing. There's so many things happening to black people in America. And yes, we were excited. Thank God we got Trump out, but we got bigger monsters next. You know the irony, I grew up liking cops because my mom never told me until Trayvon Martin happened. So I was a little 4-year-old black girl waving at the cops, smiling at the cops. And now I'm 20 going on 21 throwing up middle fingers at them. That's so ironic to me. And that's also another thing that black children have to go through. I don't know if anyone has seen that video where it's black parents explaining what to do when you encounter police, and that's something non-black children will ever have to experience. And that video is so sad, and that's why I'm fighting. That is why I'm fighting, to not have to tell my children, when a cop pulls you over, make sure your hands are on the wheel. Ask if you can go into your glove compartment. Don't resist. Don't be sassy. The crazy thing is, back in August, there was a white ally speaking right across from the Supreme Court in Borough Hall, and she was listing every bad thing she's done and how she's never gone to jail for it. I mean, listing how she stole at Sephora and the cops saw her. Listing how the cops found a joint in her car and she said it was her brother's and they let her drive off. Those kind of things. And a lot of people were mad she was listing it, but I was actually glad because people got to really hear the reality and the difference. The difference. A black person gets pulled over and they see a joint in the car, you're going to jail. I just have something to say. We are not stopping until there is a better world. I need y'all to understand that. We got a future to secure. And if you think we're stopping, get your coats ready, get your snow boots ready, because we out here in the winter, and y'all gonna be miserable. Also, if anyone wants to talk, you can come grab the microphone and speak. Or chant.
Y'all want to do some chants, y'all? Y'all want to liven it up? Do y'all want to do some chants? Do y'all want to liven it up? Let me hear y'all. Come on. I know we ain't come out here for nothing. It's been so cold.
Okay,
we finally
guys.
get a good day today.
What I want you
And
to
then
do,
I say, is today
I
a
think
good
it would be
day for
stupid of
revolution?
them, but they haven't shown much intelligence over the last month or two. And because it's also with the union here, they want to look good.
We're not asking.
And because these guys with the helmets have moved up closer, they're probably going to come in and force people off. So,
When do we want
again, and you know I hate asking you this over and over.
This is New York City. I'm from New York, by the way.
Anyone with Jamani Williams' number, Tish James' number, definitely let them know the stream is going on. The high presence here. Also, any of your media contacts as well.
When do we want it?
Mainstream media, definitely share it out.
If we don't get it.
These officers in the helmets were not over on this side a minute ago. They're over here now, so the possibility of them coming in here because the union wants them out, yes, a possibility. So, if you, yeah, so reach out and share it to any of them. Direct to Tish, Mayor, any of the city council members. I only mention Jamani just because I know he's usually on top of stuff.
No justice! No justice! Fuck these racist ass
And like I
police.
said, it would be a stupid thing for them to do, but
listen, y'all.
they've been stupid months upon months with the actions and stuff they've been doing. So
justice. We gotta liven it up. I know New York is not a dead city. This is the city that never sleeps. But y'all looking like y'all sleepy right now. I know it's early. I gotta work tonight, but I'm still out here for my people. I'm out here for y'all. I'm out here for my people. I need y'all to keep that same energy. As you can see, I'm a black man. Take off my mask. I'm a black man. I'm here for my people. I'm here for my allies, y'all supporters, even the non-blacks who are
guys,
here.
I just want to get this real quick.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I appreciate y'all. I want us to keep this energy and maintain it until we get the justice that we deserve. Thank you. What is justice? Ending qualified immunity.
Okay, now we do
punishment for the police.
I just want to get a photo of the comparison of the group versus union versus NYPD in case there's a court case.
If I was to go and kill a white person, what do you think they would do to me? Would I just get fired or go on administrative leave? No. I'm going to jail because a black person committed murder. So we have to keep that same energy for the police. They are here to uphold the law, and honestly, if you ask me, they should be held to a higher standard because they are enforcing the law. Now, not all police are bad, however, y'all not off the hook. Y'all work and enforce a system that has been founded off white supremacy. So that by that logic, you work for a corrupted system that needs to be defunded. And that's just the first step. It needs to be abolished. Let's talk about it. Come on, y'all. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. If we don't get it, 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 the people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. Come on, the people united will never be defeated. Will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. Let me just say one more thing, because I see my sister. She looks like she want to speak. What's your name? I always see you all the time at Warriors in the Garden. Shout out to Warriors in the Garden. Good people. I'm going to say one last thing. I'm going to let my sister Kiara speak. Kiara, right? All right. We don't want to just fight the power. We've been doing that for a long time. We want to be the power so we can hold Biden accountable. So we can hold Kamala Harris accountable. When we used our vote to get Trump, that racist, white supremacist, fascist pig, out of office, that was us being the power and using the power to our advantage. So not only, we're not here to just fight the power and protest and demonstrate all that. We're here to legislate and give punishment to the police and to hold Biden accountable. We're here to be the power. Because what did we just say? The people united will never be defeated. So that means we got the power. We have the power to make a change. So let's do that, y'all. Thank you. Again, my name is Prime. Like Prime Time, Optimus Prime, whatever you want to call it. Thank you for your time again.
I just want to make sure our demands are heard. Number one, we demand city council elected officials cannot receive money from police unions. Number two, to stop the selling at these merchant shops of NYPD gear. First of all, why the fuck are you even buying an NYPD t-shirt? Number three, we want to end qualified immunity. De Blasio, Cuomo, Biden, Kamala, I hope y'all are hearing us. Because that's all you're going to be hearing until that shit's gone. Thank you all for coming out. We're doing this again. And we're doing this with more people every week. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. If we don't get it. Justice. If we don't get it. Justice. I said if we don't get it. Justice. Yes, New York City. We're all gonna peel out together, so if we could all come into a little group.
When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. I said if we don't get it, shut it down. What a waste of taxpayer money. Heidi, 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 ho. Wasted time for nothing. Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. These racist cops have got to go. These racist cops have got to go. If we don't get no justice now, if we don't get no justice now, we're gonna shut it all down. We're gonna shut it all down. Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. These racist cops
Always hiding in the backgrounds on side streets. Always remember that. And remember, about 20 are actually part of the action, and my 74 count was just in front, so 100, so figure out of 20, 5 to 1. So 5 officers for every one that's taking part in this peaceful action. And they're still going along. But the beauty about it is it gives the public a view of over-policing, and the conversations are always on the side when you're going past people, tourists, you know, New Yorkers and tourists, about why are there so many police for such a small group. And that's something that is happening with this group and will continue.
Oh, okay, you talking about the city council. I was talking about all the politicians. So, yeah, you're right.
The city council level, they don't want you to do
So, this concludes our event today, but we will be back. This is not the first or last time we will be holding the NYPD accountable.
So, in the press conference at 1PP last week, they were saying that the justification for all the police during protests was because of violence. There was no reason for all of these police to be out here, period. So their justification for that in that press conference was bullshit in order to save face. And they're going to keep turning out the numbers because they have to do that. And they'll play with the media any which way that they can in order to justify those numbers. I mean, really, the large number for this group with a peaceful action, and they're saying that the only reason they have those numbers is because they're worried about violence. They could see from the get-go that there was no potential for violence in any way, shape, or form. Not unless they escalate it, and their high presence can escalate a situation. They have riot gear on. I mean, the helmets, let's put it that way. Why? There really wasn't a reason for all of this. So when you hear what's being said, and I've told you in the past, every side plays with the media and shifts the narrative in their favor. But this is blatantly, point blank, in your face, an overreach of everything. I mean, they still need to be out here. Well, they have to wait until they're released by these guys. And these guys need to get the order for the next one up. So, based on the vehicles on the side of the police union office, the ones over by the park, the 74 to 80 or 90 officers out front, and the other ones that were on the side streets, etc., about 120 for a 20 people, 5-to-1 ratio. It's what I keep saying. Isn't there other crimes that actual crimes that they're supposed to be dealing with? I mean, if they can't determine that there's no potential threat within this situation, how can you expect them to make a conscious decision on right or wrong when they're out there on the streets? When the ones that are in charge, giving them the orders, can't even make those decisions. Reality is, at the end of the day, looking at this group, they could have gone with 40 officers, period. They knew that.
What went on today? There were 14 demonstrators and 92 police officers. So I just hope...
There was more than that, more than 92.
There more than 14 demonstrators, but like, let's talk about...
NYPD, at least 120.
Okay, I'm having a nice friend right here tell me there was at least 120 of y'all. So as we could all just think about how much tax money that wasted. I know half y'all probably came from Staten Island wasting carbon emissions, just sitting around watching protesters trying to fight for our rights, fight for Black lives, and we're just wasting tax money. Like, just think about that. Think about the job that you're currently doing right now. What?
And I said there were 20 protesters, there were 14. They would have a better sense of it, and even if she's off by one, so my number of 5-to-1 is actually going up to almost 6-to-1 ratio. And like I said, if they can't determine that there was no potential threat for violence in here, which is their justification for having the numbers, and how can you actually believe that they can make that type of decision in real world situations out on the street? And if someone's making that decision higher up on it, they're a fucking idiot, period. Unless they want to do a press conference again to justify the numbers. They seem to like doing that. And I still have to do the basically 60-minute type presentation on the over-policing of last week and the situations of what happened. I haven't forgotten. I've just had other things I've had to do, but we can add this to the list of stuff that's going to be in there. So guys, I'm going to take this down, unless these guys are dumb enough to go ahead and do something while everyone is at the end of the event. So if they are, I'll be back up live. If not, I won't be back up. Solidarity forever. Stay safe out there and around the country.